So what brought you back?
Delta. No,
Airline, right, not the Aryan.
right.
Beyond that,
No, it was just, after the season, Aaron contacted me. He had talked to Matt, wanted to gauge my interest in coming back. I said, yeah, I'd talk about it. And then talked with Matt a couple times. When he was out for the, I guess, what was it, the show before the Super Bowl. It was in LA where I'm staying. We got together, talked a little bit more with Aaron, and it just worked out.
Had you felt the itch at all during your time away, or was it that conversation with Aaron that made you think maybe this is something you want to do?
Well, I had been in Arizona 2 years, and then that was the year of COVID, and I didn't want to go through that again, so I basically went back to LA. I couldn't see my family, they couldn't travel, you tested every day, so I didn't want to go through that again, so I retired. And you know, I've always been a fan. I'd watch all the games, so I really didn't have an inkling of coming back, and then just the situation arose where, as I outlined it, and considered it and decided to do it.
So you felt pretty good about that Aaron was coming back this year?
Yeah, my talks with him, we didn't talk extensively. We just talked a couple times. I think that was my first question to him. You know, what are you thinking? And you know, we just talked about it, and I felt good, fairly confident that he was coming back. You know, he's had the team and he have had some great years, and still has a good chance to contend for the Super Bowl. And I'm sure I know that's what he wants. He wants another Super Bowl, and that was one of the things that intrigued me also.
Tom, you looked at, how he's played the last couple of years. I'm sure you've watched a lot of film. What does he look like in this offense? What does he look like compared to, when you last had him, what was that, 5 years ago or whatever?
Well, I know, looking at it from afar, I thought he was playing a style more like when he was younger, because playing more under center, play action passes. In the later years that we were here, it was more of a not too much under center, exclusively shotgun, more of a spread offense. And in the early years, we relied on the running game and the play action pass, and got in the shotgun more on third down situations like that. And that's more the style that I saw. So it's when you can run the ball, it opens up a lot of things. And there've been a lot of explosive passes over the years off the play action pass game, and hopefully we can continue that.
Is it safe to say that you wouldn't have come out of retirement if Aaron's answer had been different? If he wasn't back, you probably wouldn't be here too.
Anywhere, or well, as I said, I didn't have the itch to come back. It was because of coming back to Green Bay with Aaron, chance to win a Super Bowl. Those were the primary considerations.
How do you talked about the difference in how he's played and also schematically. How do you kind of fit into Matt's offense, especially with as much experience as you have with Aaron in a totally different offense?
Well, there's a lot of things. It's kind of a hybrid. A lot of the things that Aaron's done for his entire career that Matt has implemented into the scheme. So it's kind of old Green Bay, the things that Aaron's very comfortable with, the things that he has tons of reps in. He knows what to do instantly based on what the defense is doing, and then some new type plays and a new approach. But when you look at it, if you look at teams throughout the league, everybody runs kind of the same plays. It's just what you emphasize, and you have some tweaks here and there. So it's a lot of old Green Bay that Aaron's comfortable with, and a lot of new things that Matt's implemented.
What do you know about Jordan Rodgers, and what are the challenges in developing
Well, anytime you have a young guy, it's unfortunate that the system isn't the same as it was when Aaron was young, and I mean the off-season program, because we used to spend, 8 weeks just exclusively with the quarterbacks, going over everything, doing drill work on the field for 2-3 times a week, just 45 minutes, quarterbacks alone. So that allowed them to really learn the offense and to develop the techniques that you need. And now that the off-season program, it's you lose about a month of that. So you have to try to work that in as best you can. But it's always fun to work with a younger guy, trying to impart some knowledge to them and see how they grow. So I'm looking forward to it.
How often did you and Aaron talk, like last season, last year, during your time away? Was it pretty regularly even then, or?
No, when I was coaching in Arizona, obviously I'd see games throughout the league, and if he had a great game, I'd text and say, congratulations, and so it wasn't consistent. It was more sporadic, and so we've kept in touch a little bit, but not extensively.
What did you do during your year away?
Well, I drank a lot of Peroni beer, and complemented that with some wine. But that was it. Before I went back to Arizona, I had been working with a friend of mine out there who has a real estate development company, so I did that for 2 years. But then when I left Arizona, I was just hung around with the dog, drinking beer.
You've been around a lot of coaches. How would you describe Matt's style?
From the offensive style?
Just how he runs a team.
Well, obviously I've only been here with the coaches so far, but I mean he's obviously done very well. I mean, to win as many games as as the team has, in the 3 years, it's pretty impressive. I think he's got a good bunch of guys on the staff, work together. They have a lot of fun together, and he's directing what he wants, and he does it in a good way. So I'm looking forward to seeing it even more when the players get here.
Tom, how do you reflect on your role in Aaron Rodgers' development in your previous stint here?
Well, as I said, we spent. I came in Aaron's second year, and Brett was still playing for the next 2 years, and we had that, what I call that off-season program, quarterback school, probably for, we had it every year, but in those early years, Aaron was there for the 8 weeks that we did it. So for 3 or 4 years, we were spending a lot of time together. So it was fun to see him develop. I remember the first game that he really had some playing time was when we went to Dallas and Brett got hurt early, and Aaron came in, and he played like he was an old-time vet, and we always saw the ability that he had. We thought he could be good, but then when he went in that game, that kind of confirmed it. And I think it was after, I guess it was Brett's second year when we lost in the championship game. We went over to coach in the Pro Bowl, and I was talking with Joe Philbin and I were talking. We had I can't remember who our quarterbacks were, but we said, hey, Aaron's as good as these guys, probably better. And you never know that he's going to go to the point he has, but he certainly had the ability. So it was good to see him progress.
Have you had a chance to watch Jordan Love's film yet, or happen to have caught some of his previous short stints in preseason or in Kansas City?
Well, I've watched some film, and then I watched him when he was coming out. I was in Arizona, so I have a little bit of familiarity with him. So he's a very good athlete. I never had the opportunity to talk to him prior to me coming here. I've talked with him on the phone a couple times. He'll be here in a week. and looking forward to getting to know him a little better. But he's, you know, he has a strong arm, he's athletic, and those are good qualities to have, and we'll just try to develop him as best we can.
Aaron's brought up to us the last couple of years your three mortal sins that still stick with him. Are those three rules? Don't throw late down the middle, no blind throws, and no premeditated decisions. Are those still the rules for him?
Absolutely. Him and any other QB.